Hey, cutie.
You looking for something special?
Hey, you should take that cap off if you didn't serve.
I served. Where were you medevaced from?
Fallujah. That's in Iraq for you boys.
You think you're tough, huh?
I mean, I'm tough enough, I guess.
Why don't we find out how tough?
I gotta get to a party, so maybe another time.
Hi, I'm Tyler Nichols from JoeBlow.com.
Hi, Tyler. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Really well. Thanks for covering this. We really appreciate it.
So, given the premise, I went into this really expecting it to be a lot more over the top, but it's really quite grounded, especially with your character. Were you provided with some like extra backstory for Tess that explained more of her time like serving?
Yes, actually. And there was some stuff that actually, didn't make it into the film that we actually we took out. But there were scenes where she was alone in her room and kind of getting ready for bed, and you see like the scars. She was in a convoy, and there was an IUD that blew up, and she was actually injured, which was why she was released. So we don't cover that in the movie, but you see she has a lot of problems, and obviously because of her issues, she fell into addiction, and so there's a lot that she's had to overcome. But she was released because of her injuries, and then had to deal with coming back into the real world. I think the world that she felt most comfortable in is the world of combat, the world of security, there are a lot of people like that. They go into it and they come back. I mean, The Hurt Locker, remember that movie? My God, what a great film. And it's just sort of like Catherine Bigelow just nailed that psychology of the person who just can't reintegrate. And on a much different level, different movie, obviously. Tess really truly struggles with integration, and the way that she shows that is the chip on her shoulder. She doesn't play well with others. Coming out of addiction. Those are just the ways that show you that this is not a person who's easily integrated into society.
We need to attack.
And so what kind of preparation did you do to play this hardened war veteran?
Yeah, it was interesting. I've done work with the Marine Corps over the years. And so I know a lot of people there. And I did have a lot of conversations with them about, what was that like day to day? You come back and you have relationships and, your family dynamic that already weren't working before. And now you come back and you've got all these issues. Like, do you make that work? Can you? How do you? And so there was a lot of, I want to thank them because I feel very lucky that people got very personal with me and were able to share their struggles. And so I was able to inherit kind of those struggles from different people and integrate them into this film.
That's awesome. I'm a big fan of Neil LaBute as well. So what was it like working with this acclaimed writer and director?
I love Neil. We got along really well. Thank God. It doesn't always happen that way. But one of the things that I truly appreciate about Neil, and I've always said this to him, was that he's a real collaborator on every level. And maybe that comes from his theater background and the way theater is so fluid and changing and always, moving. At the same time, you're always going to have a measure of ego. Everyone does. And in Hollywood, they certainly do. And so I never had to deal with that with Neil. That was really special that he took my ideas, and I had a lot of notes on the script. I had a lot of, and I sort of put him through the ringer before I even agreed to do the movie. And he was game to be put through the ringer about why he wrote this and what the point was. And so I think because of that, it cemented a mutual respect. So we went into the film with that, and we still have it. And so I think that was key for us.
Yeah. And so do you find, since he's both the writer and director, do you find that it's easier on set when it's the same person?
Well, it could be, but it also could not be. So as you know, writing is very personal, right? And it's on the page. It's your words. It's your baby. And boy, do I get that. And so again, to his credit, even though he had two babies going, he was directing and he had created this, he was still open to making it even better. And I also think that he knew that my dedication to the script was total. And that if I was bringing something up and wanted to make changes, it was for the film. And again, I wasn't coming from a place of ego either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, well, and I'm always curious as to like, so what is your favorite action beat in the film? Because there's a lot of cool ones.
Sure. I think Neil and I were laughing on the phone after the first edit. He called me. He said, I did something in the edit. You're either going to like it or you're not going to like it. I'm like, oh, what'd you do? And he felt like the last kill. He felt like, that kill, that's not just some kill. That's not just, I'm going to get rid of this guy because he's a threat to us. There's that. And then there's, you did this for nothing. You took away my sister, who I love more than anything. You took the lives of these other women. You put us through hell for nothing, for absolutely nothing. And so that was a rage kill. That was and the reason I appreciate it is because there's so much behind it. And there's probably more behind it than even what actually happened in that house that night. But because the things that happened that night were so bad, I felt like he totally deserved it. And we just went for it with that one.
Who is it? Why are they doing this?
I don't know. We need to get prepared. We gotta start gathering weapons. All of you, do anything to survive, and I mean anything.
Well, that was my favorite as well, so I'm so glad that you chose that.
Yay! Yeah, so happy. So happy.
And so I think that the most important question of all is, if you personally went to a bachelorette party and this happened, what do you imagine you would do? Because I know that I would be hiding in a corner.
I don't know. I guess it's art imitating life, right? Because it's like, I sort of feel like I would do my best to figure out how to get out of it. I really would. And I think that's anyone who knows me personally will tell you that, actually. And whether that's fighting someone or like growing food in the kitchen, I don't know what it is, but it would be something that was well thought out. Like, how do we find? I'm a solutions person, so it's like, how do we find a solution to this? Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And that's all I really have for you. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Cool. No, I really appreciate it, Tyler. Thank you. I love your very professional, like, light background. Awesome.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful rest of your day.
Just turn around and walk away.
I can't do that. I'm gonna kill you.